This drawing that we're going to do is called Lichen. And lichens are roundish in shape, but they're very irregular. So you're going to start by drawing a line that is squiggly, irregular. Sometimes maybe there are points. Every now and then you're going to make it a little inlet like that as you draw. So it almost looks like the edges of a map, and there's a little, I don't know what you call it, inlet, I guess. And I'm going to come back around here, and this will be basically a roundish sort of a shape. Once you do that, you're going to find the middle and make a little point there. And then the first step after that is to draw some lines starting in the center, 4 lines as a matter of fact, kind of dividing this shape into quarters. It doesn't have to be very exact, but it's going to help you in the long run to do the next part. So you can see I've got it divided into 4 quarters. Now each quarter I want you to divide again in half. And then in half again. Now I haven't turned my paper, but feel free to move your paper around in any direction. Oops. See, I missed the center. That's because I didn't start in the center. It's actually better to start in the center. I am going to turn my paper. I'm going to keep dividing as much as I really want to. This doesn't have to be perfectly divided. Actually, almost looks better if it's a little irregular. Oh, remember to start at the middle, like I just didn't. There we go. And there's your first lichen. Now I'm going to do another one, and this one is maybe going to be, maybe I'll do it over here, and I'm going to make it go off the page. I'm still thinking of it being a rounded, basically round, and it goes off the paper. So if this was round, I think the center would be about here. And I'm going to start with 4 lines from the center and then keep dividing. Okay, let's do another one. the center. Divide it into quarters. And then keep dividing. The more you divide, oops, I forgot one here, the more, well, it'll just look different. So whatever you want to do. This seems, for me, about what I'd like to do, but it might be very interesting to keep dividing and dividing. Let's see what that looked like. Here we go. Lichen. And interesting, we can turn it different direction and see what direction we like it best. Here's an example of doing the lichen pattern on top of a watercolor splash, which I'm going to show you how to do. This drawing is called Queen Anne's Lace, and I named it that because the idea for trying to do a Queen Anne's lace came from Andy Lloyd. And Andy had this idea, and we just fooled around with it and came up with a number of variations. But here's one. We're going to come from the side with a line. And then very close to it, a parallel line, really close. This is like the stem. And off of the stem, we're going to try in kind of a V-shape pattern. We're going to make another little stem coming out. See how we have a V? And now we're going to make two more, make it a bigger V. And I think maybe right in the middle of this V, I'm going to put two more. Okay. Next step, more V's. These all came out. I want to really actually vary the length. I don't want them perfectly the same like that one came out. Let's try this again. I'm just thinking that letter V as I make them. Well, this one is going to do some overlapping, I believe, which is good. So if you find yourself overlapping, it's actually going to make it more interesting. So go with it. Okay, here's the first one. I'll try another. I'll start right here this time. And now I'm going to make a wide V. Okay, this one a big V. When we go across just regular lines, we don't have to pick up our pen. I mean, when I say regular lines, I mean just the thin line. See how nice, that's kind of really fun. See that overlapping? This one's going to overlap quite a bit. And that's how it is in nature. I'm going to go to this one. And the next. And there you have it. Queen Andy's lace. Here's another example with a watercolor wash that I did before I drew the Queen Andy's lace on it. This drawing is called Wander. And the way we'll start is we're going to come up from the bottom and make a very fluid, wavy line, and at the end have it turn the corner and kind of drop down. Next, we're going to add some leaf-like shapes. Leaves grow in many different patterns. We're going to do this one first, and then I'm hoping you'll experiment with other patterns. But here's how we're going to do the leaf shape. It's going to have a point at the end, and when you draw it, you can draw it kind of pointing down. And I'm encouraging you to just try it all different ways. And see that the leaf growth pattern that we're choosing here is two coming out at the same place. And this one I'm going to have turn up. And this one I think I'll have kind of go straight. This one have it kind of turn down. So as you finish, you might want to add a little kind of bud at the end. It's sort of two on the side and one in the middle. So this drawing is called Wander because of this wandering feeling. Next, I'm going to draw some more lines that are going to be the beginnings of some other ones. And they're going to intertwine a little bit, and it should be fun. Let's see what happens. That was complicated. So here it is, all done. And here's an example of one that I did with another design and also some watercolor.